Hi and welcome. I'm Reverend Allie Bierman, and I'm so glad you decided to join us today for our gathering of Metaphysical Ministry International. Trying something new outside here. It's a little windy on the prairie today, but let's see what happens. Well, what is a metaphysical ministry anyhow? Well, it's all about the world that exists more than what we're aware of, because after all, our five senses limit us, drastically limit us to what we can experience that way. The world is much bigger. In fact, all that you see and what today's all about is what's going on in the space that's around us. Is it really empty space? What exactly is it? And we're going to get back to that in just a couple minutes. Now, if this is your first time here and you haven't yet done it, go on over there, fill in your name and your email address, and I will send you a copy of my special report, How to Take Your First Steps on Your Spiritual Journey. Now, we start every week with a happy share, because in today's world, we've just become accustomed to looking for what's wrong, what's missing, what's bad, what can we do better, what do we not have that we want. So by learning, by making a habit of being so grateful for everything that you have and just finding something to be happy about every single day, guess what? The universe is going to give you more and more and more things about which you can be happy every single day. So I have a really cool happy share this week. In about a week and a half, I am going east to visit my kids to celebrate a really big birthday for me. Well, okay, I can tell you it's my 60th birthday. And my kids invited me to come out, spend time with them. And my son called me the other day, and my kids are in their 30s and they're performers. So that means even when I go see them, I only get to see them for maybe a meal, or I'll get to see their show. Well, my son called and he said, look, I want you to come right from the airport to my show. He's a musician. He wants me to sit in the pit with him during the show. And since it's a really great hit Broadway show, The Addams Family, that's going to be really, really exciting for me, because I've never sat in the pit of an orchestra of a Broadway show. I played in pits, but that was in college. And I'm looking forward to that. Oh, but that wasn't all. Then he said, and you come home and sleep over at my place that night with his wife and him, and the next morning get up and go. He's also a professor at one of the universities and teaches a course to dancers about rhythm. So I'm going to get to go see him doing what he loves so very, very much. So that's super exciting. It's a little tough being out here in the wind. Anyway, it's okay, because it just is what it is. But I'm really looking forward to spending time with him, because when you raise performing kids, when you know they go out the door to the conservatory instead of the college, you know you're never really going to have much time to be with them again, because they're always someplace for a rehearsal or something like that. Today I get to be the minstrel minister, where I was talking about before, our five senses. Oh, this might be a bit of a challenge. Let's see if it works. Okay. What you see in the universe is a little bit of a challenging show. This happens sometimes, especially when you're outdoors and it's unpredictable. Is about the world that exists and what exactly is in what appears to be the empty space that's surrounding us. Today we're talking about what's in the space all around you. Do you know that it's more than just air? Maybe today's topic will astound you, or maybe you just don't care. But then, if the latter were true, I don't think that you would be here today. So without further delay, let's find our way into the unseen 99% that surrounds you and me. What you know with your five senses, what you see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. Your 3D life does not reveal much of the many dimensions that exist, the reality of which you likely resist. The 99% of what you don't see now will expand your vision in life in ways that let you live in the wild. Imagine knowing all that's around you in every moment. It's all around you. Allow yourself to grow up, to open Open up and enter in the flow. Oh, whoa. Fasten your seatbelt and listen with your heart. What? Listen with your heart. Go within to see what's inside you. Your physical merely reflects what's happening inside. Are you coming along on what could be a pretty wild ride? Is your life in dismay? Is your house a mess? Can you define the source of your distress? It's not about your partner, your boss, or your kids or friends. It's not about your parents. That leaves you at loose ends. It's all about you and what you do with what you experience in life. It's all that you want or really exists. Let you say what you don't want is how you're living every day, because you resist allowing, giving yourself permission to see, to be, to know all that is. Well, definitely having some fun today. I hope you don't hear the tractor going on. Any case, what am I talking about? If you've ever read The Science of Getting Rich, it was written by Wallace Wattles back in, I think it was 1910, and he talks about this substance, this formless substance that exists all around, that everything is made from this formless substance, and that formless substance also pervades all the inner spaces between everything exists. Now, for hundreds and hundreds of years, philosophers have been talking about, and in the 1900s, scientists have been able to prove that there is something. It's not exactly energy, it's certainly not matter, but it's some kind of substance that's gone by different names, and that everything is made from that substance, and because everything's made from that substance, we're all connected. And if you put a thought into that substance, the thought that you think will become real. It will grow out of that substance, and that's where the whole idea of you create your reality comes from. That was a mouthful. So let me take you just a little bit deeper. Back before the Big Bang, it's theorized that all that existed was compressed into something so small it was perhaps the size somewhere between a speck of dust and a pea. Why? Because there was no formless substance, there was no space. And after the Big Bang, well, you have this infinitely huge universe because suddenly there's this space, but it's not empty space. If it were space that had nothing in it, the light couldn't pass. We wouldn't be able to pick up the photons. There'd be no medium through which they can move. We wouldn't be able to hear sound for the same reason. There'd be nothing that we could possibly be aware of. Therefore, there has to be this formless substance, and it has to surround everything. And there's also a correlation that once things are connected, they're always connected. There really is no time or space or distance. And therefore, everything that existed in a speck of dust to a pea size, including you and me, everything that ever did exist, everything that ever will exist, was in that same space. Once connected, always connected. We are all one, and that's the basis of the ancient teachings that scientists are now beginning to prove in their laboratories. Would you please scroll down there and let me know what you share from your life experiences about all that I just said? Because everything that happens in life is all about you, what you allow in, and the more you allow in, the more you can experience what really exists, beyond the 1% that your senses tell you exists. So, we have a tree of life in the sanctuary, and on the tree of life are names, having fun today, are names of people and pets who are having some kind of challenge and opportunity for growth in their lives. So what I do every day is I say a special blessing. And in that blessing, I'm recognizing the fact that we are all one, that we are all connected, that anything that I know or think is immediately experienced by anybody else. Therefore, if there's somebody out there who's got some kind of issue going on, and if I'm saying this special blessing, honoring who they are in reality, that they are whole and perfect divine spirits having experiences in human suits or cat suits or dog suits or whatever they seem to be in this life. By saying that blessing, what happens that transforms inside of me immediately transforms inside of them. In fact, it might even happen in them before it's happened in me. So, if you're thoroughly confused now, that's okay, because you know what you can do is rewind this and watch it again. Anyway, this is where we're going in Metaphysical Ministry International and exploring this whole thing of what does it mean to be connected, what is our spirit, how can we possibly be all one. Before I leave you today, I want you to be aware of what you see up there, holding a space for. Holding a space for means to hold a vision that somebody has that they want to manifest in the world. Now, it might be a new car, it might be a clean house, it might be getting to stay on your friend's ranch out in the open prairie where you can see the mountains and feel the wind while you're trying to do a broadcast. In any case, holding a space for, if there's something you want in your life you don't have now, you scroll down, and in the comment area you let us know what vision you have for your life, because the more people holding that vision, the sooner it will come to you. And it will only come to you when you are the person who's ready to live that life, that reality. And if it's not in your highest and best interest, it won't happen. So sometimes things we ask for don't happen and we get disappointed, but you know what? The universe knows there's something better for us. So, I think I'm going to disconnect from all this wind now. I'm so glad you joined me here today. And by the way, Hold a Space For, you're going to have it down below this video. It's also going to be up there on the Hold a Space For page. Come back here at least once a week. Read through whoever is listed there and what you want the space held for. Just read through each of them. You don't have to know what they look like, where they are. The universe knows. If you continue to hold the space for them, and they'll do it for you, and we all do it for each other, think how quickly the world can change. I wish you a wonderful week. I hope I've given you a lot to think about today. But don't just think about it. Take some kind of action on it. Make a difference for you in your life. Look for your happy shares every day. I'll see you next week. Blessings.